Now you may be wondering what Street Reach is. Well, Street Reach is where a lot of teenagers came together and did yard work for free to demonstrate that the love of Jesus were for free. I can't do it. Wait. It's so hard. It's so hard because it's just. And I'm getting hot and I can't think straight when I'm hot. Like we already have enough.
We can do this. All right, guys. And.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. It's those guys you know,
Gideonz Army.
So in our last video, what we talked about is a little bit of us, and we just kind of went into details of like who we are as people. So what we want to do in this video is we want to talk about what we are. So like why we chose the name Gideonz Army, why we spelled it the way that we did, and then what you can expect from the channel. So we're just giving you a little bit more details about us and really kick this thing off. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start off with why the name Gideonz Army, and we're going to go to Austin for that one.
And
take it away.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, Gideonz Army was a name that has a lot of historical background, especially if you know the Bible story behind it. It's a really great story, so check it out. It's in, I think
if you just Google it, just like spelling Gideonz Army.
It's really good, but honestly, what inspired me to have that name was an outreach that we had called Street Reach. Street Reach was started by our church, and that's all about where a group of young people came together and did yards for free to demonstrate that the love of Jesus was for free. And all three of us guys were in that group. And however, we kind of branched off and started our own group. And it consisted of two more members, Drew and Talon. And sometimes we would come uninvited, and you would hear us coming from a long way away. Like I would be in the car, and the guys would be outside the windows, and I would be beeping the horn. We came in, trumpets blowing, and we came to help the team with whatever yard work they needed, whether they wanted it or not.
I mean, they really didn't want us. But we came anyway.
Exactly, with our weed whackers.
We were like, hold on, the saws are on the way.
The saws are on the way.
They're like, no!
But that's where a lot of the memories came from, and how how Gideonz Army originated, where it originated from, if that makes sense at all.
Yeah. Micah, would you like to tell us why we spell it with a Z instead of an A? I mean, wait, time out, instead of an S. I don't know why I said A. I don't know why I said A.
We really put a Z there because there was a lot of other channels and other accounts called Gideonz Army with an S.
It makes us unique.
So we decided to go with a Z to be different because that's who we are.
Anyways, bringing it back, next thing we're going to talk about is what you can expect from the channel. And so, just like us three being like three Christian guys who grew up in the church our whole lives, and we just want to bring that to the forefront and show like the things we do. So like, yes, we're going to go out, have fun with each other, with our friends, and you'll see a lot of them on the channel too. Some of them, some crazy ones, some great characters.
Crazy.
But yeah, we're just like sharing our lives with you. You'll see us doing like different like active videos, like adventures, things like that. Confession videos, just to keep it completely honest with you guys, just talking about our life, our experiences, and then using that in like our topics of discussion, and just really hit those controversial topics and just give that support for anyone who wants it, really.
And at the end of the day, what we want to create with this channel is a level of authenticity when it comes to topical issues that are going on in the world today. Because, you know, the more you're keeping things, if you're hiding things that you're going through, I mean, that's not going to give you space to really help grow in it. That's only going to make the struggle worse, whatever that might be. So at the end of the day, we're going to be really honest with what things people are struggling with today and what we're struggling with, and just to really, you know, how we get through those types of things. So honestly, if you have some friends, we're going to be talking about how important accountability is, and this is really where this friendship, all of our friendships really originated, because we talk to each other about things very openly, and you know what we struggle with, and whether it's peer pressure from college or just going into a different type of environment that we're not used to, we help each other through that, and we're going to try to bring that same level of authenticity on this channel as well.
Because really what we want to show you guys is that, like, you know, when you're a Christian, it's not just all about like following rules or just like following religion. Like, we want to show you that, right, Christians can have good, wholesome fun while living out their faith like they really mean it. Our faith is very important to us, and we want you guys to see that, like, in the way we interact with others and just in our relationship with each other as well.
You'll definitely see we're not perfect.
Oh yes, everyone makes mistakes. But now we also want to tell you guys, like, why we're doing this channel. We want to tell you guys why this is important to us to do this.
So,
Start us off.
long time ago when I was like 14, 15 years old, I had really just had it on my heart to help people. Like, I had always enjoyed talking with people about their problems and things like that, and giving any advice that I could. And so, like, at that young age, I wanted to, like, kind of start a blog or something to really project kind of that environment and that, like, community feeling where people could come, put all their problems on the table, and, like, we'd have a support group.
Hey, man, come as you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I kind of fell off of that for a few years, and just recently, this past March, I want to say, it just kept coming back to mind. I was like, do something with it, do something with it. So I came to these guys, and I was like, listen, I've had this on my heart for years to do. I just never followed through with it. I want to do that, but this time I want to do it with the team. So I came to my best friends, started talking, started planning, and in a couple months, like, we just put it all together. And that's why we're here now.
Like when James came to me, it was like, we should start a YouTube channel. I was just like, yeah, let's do it, guys. All right. Like, I know for me personally, growing up throughout high school, there was a lot of issues that I had to deal with, a lot of stuff that I felt like no one was ever talking about. And I just feel like this channel is like, it can really be a help to like you guys. And I feel like that's something I really would have loved to have had growing up through high school. Someone who really talks about issues that matter and just stays completely authentic with everything.
Yeah, and what we want to do is provide that safe space, because everyone goes through issues in life. And why waste time trying to be perfect, to try to put on a mask so society, to fit a vision of what society wants you to be, when we can just come and be ourselves and find like that connection, those bonds, that love, and just being our imperfect selves with other imperfect people, but showing the perfect love of Christ in everything that we do.
It's all about the community, Brad.
All right, so thanks for tuning in, guys, to the second video. What we want to do now is kind of give you a little heads up. You're not going to see us like sitting in these chairs for every single video. Like we said, we're going to be doing some active videos for the next few weeks. We're going to be out and about, kind of include some of our friends that are, and various people that are in our lives in these next videos, so you guys can really get a feel of like who we are, like just out, like, you know, outside of the realm of these chairs. But definitely, you know, click that subscribe button. The subscribe button. I messed that up. I'm sorry.
That was the longest pause.
Sorry.
Subscribe button. That was so intimate.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, definitely comment below. Let us know. And then also let us know what you would like to see from us. Like if you had any suggestions, like, hey, can you talk about this topic? Or, hey, maybe try this activity. We definitely want to hear from you guys, stuff like that. Be sure to comment, share, subscribe, and just continue to grow the Army.
We want you to join the Army.
We're not doing events.
No. We are doing events.
We'll
we still have some free time and some adventures.
We're not going to call them events, so that sounds Kentucky.
Yeah.
I don't want to call them events.
Events?
Because events have to do with adventures, and if you can't have an adventure without having an event.
Why don't we just call them
adventures? An event is where two or more
Well,
gather together.
Well, why don't we just call them adventures?
You messed up the video by pausing at it.
We don't need to stream.
It's an event, though.
Why do we need to call it?
Because an event is where two or more. It's an event.
I didn't like calling
an event is where two or more gather, and how
No,
this is an event
like
right
big
now.
gathering.